just can't believe he lied to us.
I know, it's not really the Blue Peter spirit.
No,
never mind.
He'll make it up to us. He'll be able to do it. Now, if you haven't heard of our brand new competition, well, where have you been?
Where have you been? Get your head out of the sand and keep watching. You could win the opportunity to go to Downing Street and meet the Prime Minister. But you know what? Seen that, done that.
Number 10 Downing Street, one of the most famous addresses in the land, home to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
So what actually goes on behind the door at number 10? Well, Blue Peter have been invited for a very privileged, rare access peep behind the scenes. Hello, Mr. Prime Minister.
Hi, Connie. How are you doing?
Doing very well, thank you.
Nice
Lovely
to
of
see
you to invite us. Great to see you too.
Pleasure.
I've got the Blue Peter camera crew. Can we come in?
Yeah, absolutely. Come in.
Excellent, thank you.
Tony Blair is Britain's 51st Prime Minister. He moved into Downing Street with his family when he took up office 9 years ago. I was lucky enough to have a look around and get the lowdown from the Prime Minister himself on what it's like to live at number 10.
Well, we've got loads of questions here from Blue Peter viewers. 11-year-old Christopher wants to know, is the inside of number 10 bigger than it looks from the outside?
Yes. Which, I mean, yes, a lot bigger. We call it like the TARDIS. What happens is you come in and you think you're just coming into a house, and then it's actually, there are several flats, and then there's, you know, about 250 or 300 people that work here.
Wow, that's a lot. It's a bit weird sharing your house with all those people, isn't it? I guess
It
you've
is.
got used to it now.
Yeah, but it's very strange because you find people are in and out of your flat the whole time. It's just slightly odd.
Do you ever think, I just want privacy, go away?
Sometimes,
Yeah, I bet. Now, naturally, security is always a top priority for Prime Ministers. And in days gone by, a night watchman would have sat in this chair outside the house. Now, it may look like a pretty ordinary chair, but let me let you into a few secrets. It's actually got its own inbuilt heating system. There's a drawer down here into which you can put hot coals, and then it would warm up your watchman's bottom, so he was nice and cosy. Not too hot, though, or he might have burnt his bum. And if he got too comfy and was tempted to fall asleep, this specially designed hood amplifies any sounds of approaching strangers' footsteps. Phew.
Nowadays, security at Downing Street is tighter than ever. The front door is manned 24 hours a day, so the Prime Minister need never worry about forgetting his keys.
Is it true you actually live above number 11, not number 10?
Yeah, I live above number 11 because the flat above number 10 is actually quite small, and because we had 4 kids living at home because it was too much.
Yeah.
To be in the number 10 flat.
This is the hub of the house and probably the most important room in the country, the Cabinet Room. The Prime Minister meets his ministers here every Thursday to discuss very important issues. Momentous decisions which have shaped the future of the world have been made from around this very table. It was from here that Sir Winston Churchill gave his famous address to the nation at the end of the Second World War.
Yesterday morning, General Jodl signed the act of unconditional surrender to the Allied Expeditionary Force.
The table is shaped like a boat so everyone can see and hear each other clearly. And that over there is the Prime Minister's chair. He sits with his back to the fireplace and the chair is always left at an angle so he can enter into a meeting quickly and get straight down to business.
Every year, thousands of people, from politicians to pop stars, are invited to attend official functions at number 10.
Who's the most important person who's ever come to your house? That's from Rima, who's aged 14.
Well, it would have to be one of the, I mean, all the presidents and prime ministers, of whom I suppose the best known would be Nelson Mandela and Bill Clinton, I suppose, and George Bush is obviously... has George Bush actually been here? Yeah, no, he's been here, yeah. And then you get other people that come in from time to time.
Blue Peter presenters.
Like who?
And I'm not the first Blue Peter presenter to get a peep inside number 10. In 1974, John, Peter and Leslie visited. 20 years later, it was Stuart Miles's turn, and more recently, Matt Baker helped spruce up the Downing Street garden.
That's just about it then. It's looking superb.
When VIPs meet the Prime Minister, they may get invited to a banquet in this, the State Dining Room. Now, Downing Street doesn't have a resident chef as such, but on special occasions, celebrity chefs such as Jamie Oliver or Gordon Ramsay get invited to cook. This is the large dining room used for big feasts. Can you pass the peas, please? The architect of the dining room, Sir John Soane, liked his symmetry, so throughout the rooms you can find fake doors placed alongside real ones. Do you ever do your own cooking? Can you cook, Ethan? Yeah.
I can, but if you talk to my kids about it, they are not very complimentary about it. I'm not very good. I think if I had more time, I kind of feel like I could be better at it. And,
So you can do beans on toast?
I can do more than that, thank you.
What's your best dish?
But I wouldn't get into the best dish. I can cook sort of spaghetti bolognese or something like that.
That'll
Probably.
do. This grand staircase is lined with portraits of every British Prime Minister. There are 50 in total, and they're hung up in the order of when they lived and worked here. The current Prime Minister only gets put up when he leaves office, and when that happens, each portrait is moved down a place to make room for the new picture. You've been Prime Minister for almost 10 years. What would you say has been the best and worst experience of your time at Number 10? That's from 12-year-old Amy.
It's a difficult question. I mean, there are lots of good times and bad times, but I guess around the extraordinary thing that happened around the 6th and 7th of July.
To the city of London.
We won the Olympics one day. And then we had the bombs the next day, which was an extraordinary high to a low. So that's probably the time I remember most vividly. And it was, yeah, it was very uplifting one day and very depressing the next.
Do you watch Blue Peter?
I don't really get the time to watch Blue Peter, although I did watch it when I was younger. I think Blue Peter's fantastic. It's been going for years and years and years, and it provides a lot of information, and it's a really interesting programme, and the fact it's still going after all these years is amazing, actually. And it shows how popular it is.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much indeed.
I'll let you get on with running the country.
Number 10 is certainly one of the most intriguing houses I've ever visited. I don't suppose my picture will ever make it onto these walls, but it'll be a good one for the Blue Peter Annual.
I'm not convinced he does any of the cooking in Downing Street. Now then, those questions were just the tip of the iceberg. If you would like to see more and you're a digital freeview or satellite viewer, press your interactive red button and you can see more questions to the Prime Minister.
And the closing